From the dust and the heat, a new fire is born. Where sun-scorched earth meets the eye of the storm.
They said ice in the desert, that's a crazy dream.
But we're changing the game, building up steam. The sun beats down, but the ice is cold. Where desert-born warriors break the mold.
The Basha Perry Bearcats are taking the lead. Brophy Preps Broncos begin to stampede.
The Camp Overde Coyotes own the night under the arena lights. We are the ice in the heart of the sand, the fire and ice that you can't contain. From the valley of the sun to the mountain's high peak, this is Arizona hockey. Hear the crowd shriek, the crash of the boards, a deafening sound. This is our house, this is our town.
The Centennial Coyotes are ready to attack. Chaparrals, Firebirds, there's no turning back.
The Corona Aztecs are carving up the ice. The desert fist of thunder is bringing the spice.
A clash of the titans, a battle of might.
Skating like lightning in the desert night. We are the ice in the heart of the sand, the fire and ice that you can't contain. From the valley of the sun to the mountain's high peak, this is Arizona hockey. Hear the crowd shriek, the crash of the boards, a deafening sound. This is our house, this is our town. From Flagstaffs to
10 teams came into AHSHA to start this season at Division 1. It remains. Welcome to the Ice 10 Stop Show, where we are live for the semifinals of the Arizona High School Hockey Association. Basha Perry, Mountain Ridge kicking us off. My name is Ethan Stockford. Alongside me up here in the booth, a very special guest once again, Dylan Pescator, down at ice level, Mark Skatowski, and Dr. Ben on the sticks tonight. Amazing matchup, Dylan. Two teams that aren't too familiar with each other in the playoffs, but so many possibilities in this game.
There are so many storylines. For Basha, it's a run and gun type team that can also defend and played a very strong game and were tested against Hamilton a few nights ago. And for Mountain Ridge, maybe a few roster shakeups here and there, not at full strength. No team really is. But they're going to come out and look to go back to the championship like they did last year.
Warm-ups are over, teams to their benches. We'll go down to ice level for Mark Skatowski, who has our keys to the game.
Keys to the game tonight. Mountain Ridge is going to have to play very physical if they're going to come out against Basha. Basha's a hot team. Head-to-head, they tied 6-6 and also won 5-3 in favor of Basha Perry. So if Mountain Ridge wants to get a side on this game, it's going to have to be physicality. Now, special teams. Basha Perry's PK percentage is an 82%, which is huge. They're very defensive in the PK. Mountain Ridge is at about 50% of the power play. I'll send it back up to Ethan and Dylan in the booth.
Thanks, Mark. Special teams, definitely something to look out for in this one. Mountain Ridge has the best power play in the league by a long shot. Coach John McCoss runs that unit. And I have to tell you, it might be the best run special teams unit I have ever seen in any high school hockey team.
Special teams is always important in the playoff season, but we have to mention a few things. Mountain Ridge is not at full strength, and that's going to be big in terms of not having a lot of that firepower, and maybe an advantage toward Basha's penalty kill. But for both teams, they have to stay out of the box. Those are two keys that we got from each coach.
Basha Perry coming off a win against Hamilton, 5-1, decisive victory. Mountain Ridge was out a little less firepower last night. Mason McCosh is back, Chase Olsen as well. The rest of their AAA players stuck in New Jersey still had a tough outing against Pinnacle, 4-2 though, able to eke out a win behind a fiery performance from Braden Norman, who had a 3-point night. Basha certainly taking their time here to select their opening lines, but we're bound to have a shootout here tonight too, the best offensive teams in the league. They're up in East U for Basha. Montoya across from them. Opening draw teams light up. Burt on the far side as well for the Bearcats. We're underway here for the first of two semifinal games from the Ice Den Scottsdale. Chase Olsen with the puck right away. Lewis going back to get it. They'll bank it off the wall as Olsen trying to get there. Basinski can't handle it. Yishu will chip it in deep. Lewis backhands it around. Steerly racing to get there. Fans a hit, but he'll get it eventually. Yishu trying to keep it in. Jensen poking away off his stick now. Montoya, right side, trying to get it in deep. Bouncing around at the blue line. Steerly hammering it forth, but doesn't get it all the way below the goal line. Jensen out up into neutral.
Easton, it's surprising. These are two teams that have been deep in the playoffs in years past, and in just last year, Basha going to the quarterfinals and Mountain Ridge going all the way to the championship. Haven't seen these teams face off in a while in the playoffs.
Basha Perry, the last time they were in a semifinal was 3 years ago. They had different jerseys. They were led by Cameron Cote, and they did fall to the Notre Dame Prep Saints, who could be a possible opponent if they were to win this game.
Led by Cote, led by brother of Max, Cam Capel as well. Two of the stars on that team took Notre Dame to the brink that night.
Olsen through the middle, can't hold on to it. Up to the point, go big. Sent through traffic, easily handled by Chesley. First save of the night for either side, first shot on goal. O'Hearn from the trapezoid trying to break it out. He'll go to Chesley. Brothers Quinn Chesley and Zayden Chesley. Zayden a senior, Quinn a sophomore. One a goalie, one a forward, but have been some serious impact players for the Bearcats all year long. Sent all the way down. That one will have the extra icing as Cable was trying to connect with Sullen to the neutral zone, with offensive zone draw now for Mountain Ridge.
For Chesley, it's almost impossible in terms of the win-loss record, right? One loss the entire season. A good performance against Hamilton. You look at that final 5-1, 6-1. It was a really nice game from Chesley. He made a really huge saves in that second period.
Here's Taylor with a chance. One-on-one, lets one go. Big save, Franchuk. Sent aside, too good. Had the rebound in front. Franchuk able to cover. We were just talking about Quinn Chesley between the pipes at one end. Noel Franchuk at the other has been the netminder in almost every single game this season for Mountain Ridge. Played very solid last night. 38 saves on 38 shots, and the 4-2 win for Mountain Ridge. You talked about Chesley's performance as well. 937 save percentage against Hamilton. Maybe his best performance of the year. You can argue he stole them that game in the second period.
It could have easily been a 3-2, 3-3 tie game in that second period without some of those big stops.
Havarinen sends one into the far corner. Hawkhurst will send it in deep. Mountain Ridge trying to set up for the first time tonight. Gobic thrown on goal through traffic just right to Melch. New face to this lineup for the playoffs for Basha, serving the suspension last game, but returning to the lineup, and definitely a player who's going to bring a little bit of fire when he's on the ice. High slot shot let go over top. Olszewski, who had a solid outing as well on Sunday. Taylor kicked over to Olszewski, but can't connect with him. Eklund and Taylor racing for it. Foss will pick it up. All the way down, O'Hearn trying to chase after it. This one will have enough. No further play, icing.
Got a couple generous officials here tonight in terms of the icings, I'll say that. Nevertheless, Basha, they run their game when they go east-west. That's a horizontal team. And you saw earlier with the Olszewski shot that went over the net on the slot pass, on the slap shot, they love to get in that slot and crowd the high-danger areas.
More goals scored than any team in the regular season with 133. Olsen in front, chance for him on the wrap, but big left skate there from Chesley, able to close the door. Now McCutcheon looking to counter. Cutting through the middle, McCosh on the back check, knocks his stick out of his hand, arm in the air. Penalty call a little late, but McCosh is not happy about it as well.
McCosh knows in these big-time games that penalties can't happen, and It was a situation where you slash a guy's stick out of the hands, no matter if it was a hard slash or not, it's going to get called. And now we talked a lot about the Mountain Ridge power play. How about the Basha power play that was so good the other night?
29.3%, third in the league. And they were very good against Hamilton, looking to continue that success. The special teams can often be what wins championships. Chesley dancing in the neutral zone. Montoya swipes it away from him. The issue now from behind the goal. Slams on the brakes. Chesley, toe drag through the middle. They'll bring it across the red line now after reconsider. Montoya's doing a good job slowing down this zone entry. Chesley down low, right to the stick of Varinen. Now Cable able to intercept, but it does get out of the zone. Montoya again with the clear issue will pick it up. 40 seconds gone in the power play. McCutcheon knocked off his stick as well. Steerley able to clear it all the way down. Horman's in a foot race with Cable. Horman going to get there first. McCutcheon intercepts. He'll bring it back. Half the power play gone, and Asher Perry hasn't even entered the zone.
They're getting a little bit too pretty with the zone entries. They got to get the puck in deep and use their outnumbering forwards.
Steerley, again, another clearance for this Mountain Ridge power play. They're known for being aggressive on the penalty kill, and they've done just that so far. Bear dances through one, down the right side. On the forehand, off angle shock into Franchuk, who's able to cover.
Basha has a lot of big physical players. We talked about Boone and O'Hearn and Olszewski. Get that puck deep. Start to use your physicality. That's all it's missing so far in this power play. But you got to say this, Mountain Ridge's experience, and especially that deep pairing of Lewis and Hyverin, played more big games than maybe anybody in Division I.
Two big bodies as well. Definitely someone you want to have on your team come playoff time. Olsen clearing it down in addition this year for Mountain Ridge, adding even more size to that blue line. 15 seconds remain. Phillips from behind the zone net. Maybe one last effort here for the Bearcat power play. Olszewski kicked out too good. Up top for Phillips. He's able to keep it in. McCosh out of the box now. McCosh will jump straight into the play. Now in a foot race with Olszewski. And that'll go ahead. Wyszynski couldn't get to it. That'll be sent in deep by Montoya, but not all the way. Olszewski through the middle of the two good. Over to Phillips. Phillips off the Vert's ear, and he went down in a heap. Slowly getting to his feet, but you just hope he's okay.
That one caught him in a tough spot.
Grabbing that ear. He's slowly working his way up. And Coach Aaron Burton out to help.
Good to see he's up and skating under his own power. Just caught him in the wrong spot.
Oh, yeah, a scary one to take as well off the ear. On the dump from Too Good as well. Hopefully he'll be okay, but never a comfortable place to take it. Zone will come the Basha Perry side of neutral ice. Boone sends it far side. We'll go back for Gobig. Over to Olsen. Back across looking for Gobig. He'll get there. Saltneer advances it. Foss racing to get there, but Boone able to collect. He'll go far side now. He has a connection to Ovitt. Ovitt with Chesley broken up. Long stick of Chase Olsen. Ovitt sent in deep. Gobig will pick it up. He'll backhand it all the way around. Olsen sends it back below. Mountain Ridge hasn't had a ton of offensive opportunity. Possession's kind of been jockeying between the two teams as Fossley's a hit. Eklund stepping up. He reverses a man as Boone was trying to get the better end of him. Now Chesley looking in transition, but a good back check by Go Big as he got to stick to him. Chesley still finds Taylor. Lets one go. It's in! Basha Perry strikes first. Nash Taylor's on the board. His first goal of the playoff. Early lead for the Bearcats.
For Basha, it was about that zone entry, and it all started with the big hit from Boone earlier in the shift at the defensive blue line. Gets the momentum going. They work it along the far wall, and just a shot with bodies in front. It doesn't have to be special for the Bearcats, but they get it to the back of the net.
The best offensive team strikes first in their semifinal matchup. Winner goes to Mullet Arena as that one goes careening into Mountain Ridge's bench. Neutral zone draw now. 1-0 to score for those of you just joining us. Basha Perry strikes first as Connor Smith will actually get the goal. I think he got a tip on it. Dash Taylor on the primary assist, taking the shot. Also Connor Smith's first goal of the playoffs. And a big one. Up to the point, O'Hearn. Sent through, that's blocked by Horman. Up in the air, no one sees it. Varinen fending off Taylor, but a good forecheck. He'll leave it for Makash. Kicked out to Smith. Smith popped up in the air off the defensive stick. Now a battle ensue on the half wall. Makash, Ovingle's shot in front. Almost snuck between the wickets of Chesley, but no further play.
Coach Aaron Vernon is very big on matchups, and that's why it's so important that Basha got that number 2 seed this year, because we know this Makash line with Smith is going to be used a lot tonight, especially with the absences that Mountain Ridge is dealing with. They have to ride these guys. Basha's going to really try to pair up their best defensive line against Mountain Ridge's best offensive unit.
Olsen out there with that unit. Lewis as well, batted down by Makash with the high stick. Horman, who had a 3-point performance, a goal and 2 assists last night, leading that team to a 4-2 victory over the Pioneers. Joined by Makash, who's currently second in the league in points with 43. And then the third is a call-up. Anthony Smith joining them. Coach Sean Babin spoke highly of him, saying that he's not the largest player out there, but he is very quick and slippery, which definitely fits in with the 2 players alongside him. And deep, Olsen will go get it.
Mountain Ridge, they need that help in any way they can get. For them to win this game, it almost goes against the script of how they've played this year. It needs to be a very defensive game. They have to find a way to get those gritty goals, because for Basha, you know they can come in any shape or size. They have all the depth in the world.
Mountain Ridge missing 2 of the league's top point getters. Brendan Phelps leads the way. Here's a chance. Horman high slot, deflected wide. Rebound off the side. Horman gets another bang at it. But a stop by Chesley. Olsen now through traffic. Another save. Rebounds there. Horman can't find it. Horman down low. Makash driving in front, trying to bang away at it. Chesley looking to clear, and he will. All the way back out to neutral. But Brandon Phelps leads the league in points. Still stuck in New Jersey. Camden Babin third, also stuck. High slot shot. Phelps, what an Olsen. Too good on the second effort. Another block in front. Chuck up the third. What a defensive effort. Another one from Phillips over top. And still Basha Perry hounded. O'Hearn keeps it in. Fans on the shot. Phillips throws it into the far corner. Basinski off the glass and out. O'Hearn will pick it up. And he'll send it into his own bench. Wow. What a defensive effort. 2 blocked shots. The third one got by Franchak and able to keep this lead. I want a huge play in this one.
Mark that one down as a huge defensive play. That line of Vert, Phillips, and Too Good, they might not be the most skilled line for Basha or put up the most amount of points. I love how they play their game. They're physical, and they work great from behind the net. They feed the puck out in front beautifully.
Attacking in layers on that shift. Basha Perry certainly has some momentum at the moment, up 1. Too Good. Sent half wall. Steerley will pick it up. Looking in front. It's there. Thrown on by Basinski, but couldn't find the mark. That one's sent down. Rolling puck will go all the way down for icing.
After that initial opportunity that Horman had for Mountain Ridge, they got to build on that, right? That was their first real shift that they had any offensive, high danger chances. I'd like to see them build on that here in the final 5 minutes. But Basha's coming, and the longer this game goes, especially to the second before the ice cut, it favors the Bearcats. 1 minute intermission between first and second, and then we're going to cut the ice between the second and the third.
Definitely puts a different emphasis on those first 2 periods and that third as well. Really changes the whole landscape of the game with something as simple as an ice cut. That top unit back out there with the offensive zone draw. Horman keeps it in. Horman walking in, shot over top. That one iced as well. And this is what Sean Babin's going to do all night is anytime they have an offensive zone draw, you can look to have Smith, Horman, and McCosh out there, and they're going to try and take advantage of those offensive possessions.
And look at Basha. They're taking their guys and making sure they know exactly who they want on the ice for that. It's a game of matchups.
People often wonder what the home field advantage really is when you're at a neutral site like the ice then, and with no home rinks. And that's it right there. Matching lines can determine games. And Aaron Burton trying to use it full-fledged here tonight. Varnen able to keep it in. Boone now moving to his weak side as he'll bring this one up. He pings it over to Varnen. Still running though, and he tramples Varnen at the blue line. Basinski gives a bump as well. Varnen wants the call, won't get it. What a hit by Boone.
It's one of the most fun defensemen to watch in the league. Big, physical, great defensively, and can also throw his body around and likes to do it.
And he's only a sophomore as well. A lot of young talent on this Basha Perry team. Varnen shoots just wide. He had a chance off the rush. Good step by him there. For the goal line. Eklund in front of Varnen. Big save by Chesley. Up in the air. Somehow kept out. Chesley on top of it. Taking it away. Smith giving some shots. Somehow that one stayed out on a pop fly. But what a chance for Mountain Ridge. They're knocking on Chesley's door, but Quinn Chesley not answering.
No, that lock can't be broken just yet. Popped up in the air, and as you saw, the Bearcats just crowded the crease, trying to keep everything out. That's where Hamilton. The colors are messing me up. That's where Mountain Ridge has to go to get their gritty goals.
A lot of games for us in the last 72 hours.
I know. Gonna have another green team coming up, or at least I should say teal now with Flagstaff next game.
Flagstaff with some uniform changes. They'll take on Notre Dame. Same sheet after this. Look for McCosh in front, but Horman couldn't connect with him. Now Ishu takes a bump, but here's Chesley 1-on-2. Olsen just an absolute wall on the fence. Not much gets around him. O'Hearn through the middle. He finds Ishu. Left back O'Hearn through the middle now to Bear. Bear, high slot, Chesley, big block again. Olsen's had a couple in this first period. He's coming off a tournament weekend out in New Jersey. Was able to make the flight back, unlike some other AAA players. Has really turned this weekend to a bit of a curveball. Chesley stepping up there, huge hit. Joseph Roth, I believe that is, making the play. Now here's Varnen across the red in transition. Dances through one, but he's sat by O'Hearn. Looks like the back checker dragged them down. Mountain Ridge in their power play will have a chance to go to work.
That's the one thing with O'Hearn's game that he's going to try to have to pull back on, especially in these big games with penalties. He took a couple the other night in the quarterfinal, and as these games get closer, and we talked about the Mountain Ridge power play, it can change a game completely.
49.1% on the power play, score on nearly half of their tries, which is frankly a little ridiculous. Off the draw, Basha Perry wins it. Varinen will go across to Olsen, who normally is the quarterback of this power play, but maybe a bit of a different look with some bodies out. Voss in the corner, up to McCosh. Now to Olsen. Voss down, McCosh on the flank. Cycles it for Voss. Good job so far by Basha Perry. Voss working from below the goal line. He'll go over to Mason McCosh. Up top, Olsen. Olsen fakes a shot. He'll hold on. Sent over McCosh. Sharp angle. Chesley got there. Through now. Off the stanchion. Tough break. Cross backhanding in front. It doesn't squeak through. He had Varinen back door, and McCutcheon will now be able to clear. Olsen spin move. Phillips all over him. Good job by this Basha Perry power play so far. They've been very aggressive and have gotten out to all the points they needed to. Last minute of play of the period, 55 seconds left on the power play. Bear over, unloads, Phillips, left pad saved by Franchuk.
Beautiful play, beautiful save. Bear set that all up with the pressure on the forecheck, shorthanded.
Voss looking to finally get it out, and he will to Hornman. 38 remaining on the power play, 40 in the period. Below the goal line, Hawkhurst, go big fans. Bear's going to have a 2-on-1. Chesley and Bear, but Chesley couldn't field it. Slows up at the blue line, but Bear was well off sides, and a whistle called. 25 seconds left on the power play. 2.2 seconds between that clock and the game clock.
I love Basha's PK there after the first little pressure shift from Mountain Ridge. It just pests. It's like when bees are all around, you want to get them away. Bear is all over players, especially Phillips too.
And this is a team that has more talent than any Basha Perry team maybe in the past. And Aaron Burton has high hopes for them. Montoya can't keep it in. Lewis, last 10 seconds. He'll throw one to the middle. Cable able to corral it. He'll backhand it out. And that'll basically put a bow on this first period. O'Hearn out of the box. Successful penalty kill for the Pumas. Or excuse me, the Bearcats, as they lead 1-0.
Half point on that one, Easton. Don't worry about it. Basha and Perry. Good period by both teams. But for Basha, it was good that they got that early lead. They needed that. And for Mountain Ridge, chances on both sides.
Quick break, but we will go down to Mark Katowski first, who is going to have a bit of an intermission report for us. Mark, what'd you think?
I mean, very fast-paced hockey. First period started off very well. Mountain Ridge is using that physicality to their advantage tonight. We've seen some big bumps by either side, though. The only problem is Chelsea is an absolute weapon in net tonight. Mountain Ridge is going to have to get them moving if they want to score on them. I'll send it back up to you for the intermission.
30-second break. We'll be back after this with the second period of action. Teams lined up, intermission over, only 60 seconds for this one, and it'll be 15 minutes for the one after. 1-0 the score. Basha Perry leads. This one goes right into the bench early.
It was very important for Basha to get that first goal in terms of giving them a little bit of confidence. The last time they were in the semifinals as well, they scored the first goal. They scored the first 2 goals and fell to Notre Dame 3-2. This is a team that can score one and then they smell blood in the water. For Mountain Ridge, I think they were very fortunate to get out of the first period, only down 1-0 with a great performance from their goaltender.
McCosh looking to change that. He'll throw one in front. And Saulnier able to keep it in, but he'll cough it up to Chesley. Crossover, McCutcheon unloads, big block by Olsen. He has been an absolute sponge out there through one. Chesley sends one into the corner. McCutcheon will pick it up. All the way past Cable, no icing as it was shot by a Bearcat. That'll go all the way through. McCutcheon trying to find Too Good through the middle, but they can't connect. Pavarden. Kick to the stake of O'Hearn. O'Hearn sent on, but that's kicked aside by Franchuk. Foreman now lays a bump in a hard way. McCosh trying to backhand one. He had Steerley, but they were sprung on a 2-on-1. Well, I'll go all the way down for icing. This didn't quite cross the red, but maybe a missed opportunity there for the Mountain Lions.
Yeah, I think the pass might have been the right play, but you don't want to do it from behind and then the timing is thrown off. That was a let's skate down the right side and set up the 2-on-1. Missed opportunity there for the Mountain Lions.
Mason McCosh, one of the best skaters in the entire league. Defensive zone draw. Olszewski will send one on. Montoya sprawling around to get a body to it. And he'll block another. What a job this Mountain Lion team has done at swallowing pucks before they get to Franchuk tonight.
They've done a great job. They did the same thing against Pinnacle as well, making it easier on their goaltender.
Pavarden trying to break it out through the middle. Olszewski will knock it down. Pavarden takes it away from him. Too Good with it now, thrown to the middle. Puck bouncing, still there. Too Good can't get a swipe at it. Now Boonji can't handle it at the top of the blue line. He'll move it forward to Olszewski. Pavarinen takes it away. He'll look to go north. Can't find anyone in a black jersey. Send in deep.
Nothing's easy against this Basha team. Breaking the puck out is a task at hand. Olszewski was incredible there, just putting the pressure on Hyverin the whole time.
On that line, Olszewski and Too Good. Basinski sends one on blocker, saved by Chesley, but two big bodies that are so hard to get around on the forecheck. Taylor trying to get it out. This one will go back to Bundy. All the way back, Jonathan Lewis with it now. He'll move it ahead. They'll go all the way down. Icing is called.
Nothing's easy against this Bearcat team, and maybe one of my favorite traits of them is they love to shoot the puck. They will put anything and everything on net, knowing they're going to have different skaters and forwards crashing the blue paint, looking for rebounds.
They just seem to always be in the right place at the right time and constantly shooting pucks. They're definitely one of the toughest, if not the toughest team to play against this year from a physical standpoint as well. A lot of big bodies out there for them. Phillips throws one off the side of the net. Foreman will rim it up. Foreman kicking it forward. Ishu will arrive first and send it in deep. Lewis trying to break it out. Vert able to break that up. Thrown far side. That's intercepted by a Mountain Lion. Now through the middle to Olsen. Left behind, Horman battling away for it. Cable's there. He'll end up with O'Hearn. McCosh keeps it in. Foreman backhand spinning pass but turned over. Here's Phillips the other way. Hounding back check from McCosh. Grabbed his stick, no call. Phillips thrown on. Safe Franchuk. As that one's off the side. Still loose in front. Franchuk able to cover. She didn't know where it was. But just like the pop fly for Basha Perry on the other side, Mountain Ridge able to get away with one there.
Very fortunate that it didn't go in the back of the net. I think it was riding that line, that goal line, before she realized exactly where it was. Every puck to the net for Basha. They are a relentless group. It's almost like you have a car that doesn't have a gas tank. They're on full the whole time. And it goes to show that's because of their great depth.
That's what happens when you can just roll 4 lines over and over again. Your top guys get rest, and you get them out there a little bit more, with a little more energy. Abundi gives a whack to Basinski. And he'll keep one in now. He gives a bump to Havarnen. High slot over. Sent through by Gamelch. And this one will go all the way back to Bundy. Basinski pounding McCutcheon, who will send it in deep. McCutcheon intercepts, walking in off Ingolchuk. Safe on Chuck. Rebound still loose. And it'll go into the corner. Havarnen will take it to safety. Off the glass and out. Bundy will scoop it up. Through the middle. McCutcheon can't find it. Bosch trying to get it as well. And that one will just stay out of the bench somehow. It almost looked like it got in a little bit. Still battling away. Bearcat down. It's Smith. Foss might have given him a shot.
Mountain Ridge got to be careful here. They've been on the line of multiple penalties in the last few minutes.
Smith trying to dance around one, arm in the air.
And this one's going against Basha.
Booney going to go for holding. He looks a little confused. He wants a call on the hit over there.
And that's exactly what the Basha bench is thinking too. You got hands on head, hands up the same way. There have been a lot of very close penalties not called on Mountain Ridge in the last few minutes. And the first time that Basha commits a on-the-line penalty, they get called for it.
And everything just seems to matter a little bit more come playoff time. Even the penalties. But Mountain Ridge back to the power play. Lead the league in percentage, but also have the most goals. 29 power play goals this year. It almost feels like they score every time they're out there. And if statistics are proving true, it means they'll score on this one with their 49% success rate.
You take statistics yet, Easton, in college?
No, I intentionally am not taking that one. I'm taking a sports and culture class instead. It sounded a little easier.
Yeah, it definitely has to be. Less calculators involved.
Olsen will be forced to regroup. Back to the point, moved ahead now to Horman. Frost digging away. He'll pick it up on the half wall. Up to the point, Horman. Sent through traffic. Bear gets a stick to it, and that one will soar into the netting.
For the last time Mountain Ridge was on the power play, it was a tale of two shifts. The first 30 seconds, they had a lot of zone time getting the pucks to the net. Then Basha's forecheck, shorthanded, showed up in a big way, and they had an opportunity.
Basha Perry had their best penalty kill maybe of the season against this fiery Mountain Ridge power play. They'll look to do it again. Minute 20 left for the Mountain Lions. Now here's McCosh. He can fly. There he goes through the middle of the ice. Still with it. McCosh sent on just wide. Havarnen will go down low. Foss trying to center one but can't. Havarnen still with it. Banked off the wall. Olsen stepping down. He'll hold on to it. Cycled for Horman. Horman trying to give and go with Foss. He'll go back to him. Shot, save, rebound there. Chesley gets back to it. Now McCosh throws another one in front, but it's on the pads of Chesley, who has been excellent so far tonight.
9 saves already for Chesley. That was an interesting unit for Mountain Ridge. They're using their absences to their advantage. A 3 defensive player unit with Hyvern, Lewis, and Olsen out there. But all 3 can show up in an offensive way.
And you typically see the opposite. You look at teams like Notre Dame, who runs a 5-man power play, all of which are forwards.
I don't think I've ever seen it before.
A 3-defenseman power play. Olsen walking the blue line. Slowly, patiently. He'll hold on. He'll go over to Horman. Horman through traffic, tipped in front. Basinski got a blade to it. Now Foss from below the goal line. O'Hearn takes it away from him, rimmed all the way around. Now Cable will pick it up. Has a man far side looking for Phillips. Basinski got just enough of it. 10 seconds remain on Mountain Ridge's power play. 5 now. Boondy waiting to emerge. Olsen throws one on. Another save by Chesley. Basinski. Down low now, Jensen. Boondy trying to shovel it out, but can't. Jensen with speed from below the goal line. He'll zip one forward. Finds Phillips. Phillips dragged down by Foss. That one's going to be a penalty. And just after a penalty kill, the Bearcats will have another chance on the power play.
There were plays like that earlier that weren't called. This one does. And all the time you see a penalty kill creates momentum, and now a power play for the Bearcats.
Unsuccessful on their first attempt. But just about halfway through the second period, a huge opportunity then to double their lead to 2.
And watch Olszewski. He's going to be the center here to take the draw, and then he's going to park himself right in front of that crease and not let the Mountain Ridge goaltender see anything going on.
The only goal on this one got past Noel Franchuk as it went through traffic. Likely the game plan again for Basha Perry, but Mountain Ridge able to get a clear right off the hop. Phillips snaps one far side for Vert. Vert to Olszewski. Trying to backhand it to the point, but a miscommunication, no one's there. Far side, Phillips dances around one, crosses the blue. Looking in front, had Olszewski driving, but Franchuk got a paddle to it. Too Good was there, off his skate. Lewis now trying to clear, it'll skitter out of the zone and all the way down. His precious seconds tick off the clock on Basha Perry's power play. Battle in the neutral zone. Too Good comes away with it. Now back out. O'Hearn dishes ahead to Olszewski. Eklund stepping up. Olszewski still with it. Taken away. Steerley. Steerley just going to send this one down. He'll go for a change along with Eklund. Over half the power play gone.
I'd like to see this second unit from the Bearcats come to play when they get Cable on. Now they have McCutcheon as well.
Lewis sends it down again off a blue line turnover. McCutcheon and Bear just posting up, trying to stretch out those D-men. Give their guys room to skate. Phillips able to gain the zone. He'll send it in. McCosh goes to Olsen. And a high flip all the way down. Chesley able to glove it. Chesley working through the neutral zone. He's on the attack. Below the goal line. He'll go up top to Cable. Cable. Watch one go off the stick of Arden and into the netting, but dangerous play there.
Max Cable was a big game changer in their quarterfinal game, but he's at his best when he's on defense and not doing too much. The only question is, where is that line for him?
And Aaron Burden told us before the game, we mentioned how he jumps up on forward and plays forward shifts sometimes, and he said, oh, that's just Max.
He's got to play smart, especially with a lead. As a defenseman, you know it, Easton. You don't want to jump if you don't really have to.
Power play over. Foss right out of the box. He'll jump up with McCosh and Horman. McCosh, right side. Off angle there for Horman, but he couldn't connect with it out of midair. Banked up of Arden. Sent through well wide. Now McCutcheon high off the glass. Chelsea was there, but too much mustard on that one as it'll go down for icing.
You give Mountain Ridge a lot of credit defensively. They've blocked a ton of shots in front. They have not allowed Basha to get to the high danger areas like they were the other night against Hamilton. It has been more of a drag and a slog. And that's the exact game that Mountain Ridge has to play with the roster that's available to them.
And with the two teams who are most and second most in goals for in the entire league, a bit more low scoring than you would expect, but that's the nature of playoff hockey.
Exactly right.
Ishu finds Vert on the far side. He moves it to Cable in the middle. Left behind Ishu. Beautiful passing play, but Vert put it just wide. It looked like Olsen maybe got a piece of it as he went down to one knee. In front now, another chance. Vert, scores! Weston Vert doubles the lead to 2. A huge goal for Basha Perry, and they're in the driver's seat.
It's once again those plays from behind the goal line. Basha's done it all game long. They work behind those passes in front. This time it was on the far side, and it wasn't a tough shot or a hard shot. It was just one that was just fools everybody, and Vert gets it to go.
AHSHA Perry, 2-goal lead. Weston Vert, his first goal of the playoffs, 3rd point. He had a pair of assists on Sunday night. Sent through the middle by Mountain Ridge, all the way down. Another icing, and Mountain Lions need to get something going now and find a little bit of momentum going into the locker room.
Well, I'll give you 2 parts of this, Easton. For Basha, they played a little too defensive when they were up 3-0 against Hamilton the other night, and the coaches told them that. They want to keep pushing, but also don't get too crazy. But also you have a situation where you're the deeper team. Mountain Ridge has got to be getting tired here in the last 5 minutes. Maybe you go for that, maybe dagger. I don't want to say 3 goals is it, but 3-0 would be really difficult to come back from.
AHSHA Perry, the 2 seed, Mountain Ridge, the 3 seed. The last time there was a non-1-2 seed matchup, a big hit by Bundy, who had something to say about it as well. That was 3 years ago. The last time there was a non-1-2 matchup, Desert Vista, the 10 seed, went on a Cinderella run to win it all in overtime at Mullet Arena. Jensen through the middle, still with it. Picked his pocket there, Steerley. Mooney sent in deep. Go Big will pick it up. Hawkhurst going to send it all the way down. Another icing on the Mountain Lions.
You can see the physicality and the hatred is picking up here in the last few minutes of the second period. For Mountain Ridge, that could be a positive. For Basha, it's about keeping your head just down, and like you say all the time, he's been playing within the glass.
And that's 2 teams, we talked about it before, who are known for being rivals against one another, but when your season's on the line, it's you or the team across from you, and it's everything you got, and you better believe you're going to hate that team across from you when that's the situation. Big battle in the corner to the right of Franchuk. O'Hearn can't keep it in. Over to Cable. He snaps it through the middle. McCutcheon couldn't handle it. Lewis moved forward. Olsen got a poke. Foreman jabbing away at it as well, but can't find it. Olsen cutting along the blue line offside, so he'll have to bring it back. Just over 3 minutes remaining in the middle period. Here's Chase Olsen. Olsen through the middle, still with it. To the blue, Peany had McCosh, but couldn't get the shot away. Olszewski now driving forward. Lewis will advance it. McCutcheon's there. Here's Horman in transition. Has help with him. Foss and McCosh, but right into the chest of Chesley.
We've talked about this Basha depth so much, but maybe it's not even the forwards or the defensemen, but the goaltending. Austin Gerhardt is the starter for this Bearcat team when everybody's here and ready. But how good has Quinn Chesley been, not only this year, but in the biggest of games?
Quinn Chesley, the backup goaltender for Basha Perry, has lost 1 game this year. 10 wins, a tie against these Mountain Lions, and a loss. Go big. Steerly sends it in to Mountain Ridge's bench for another whistle. 2:42 remaining in the second period before a 15-minute ice cut that can oftentimes change the entire complexity of a game.
You never know. I'll give you a player to look out for from Mountain Ridge that I expect to get going pretty soon that I haven't seen a ton from so far tonight. It's Braden Horman, right? He has that championship experience. He scored in the championship game last year, that first goal. So I'd like to see him get going a little bit here for the Mountain Lions.
Go big. Varinen. And now Bundy, but it's taken away from him. And you talked about Horman, someone who played extremely physical against Pinnacle last night and was everywhere. Was one of the biggest reasons why they were able to win that game without all their guys. And he's going to be a guy who needs to step up in this game and down the stretch if Mountain Ridge wants to emerge state champions in 2026. Chesley dancing around Havarn and steps him up. Too good. Over to Bear, but off his skate. He couldn't corral it. Too good. Knocked away from him. Booney able to keep it in momentarily, but Steerly gets through. Minute and a half remaining before the ice cut. Boston far side can't find Steerly. And it'll go all the way down for icing.
Mountain Ridge played a very strong defensive game. I've liked how they've played. But in terms of them with the firepower that they have, it's go time. And you can't take any time off. I know there's a lot of hands on knees right now because they're tired. They've played so much. But you can't just wait till the third period to get going.
This is a spot they could do it right here. Watch out for a set play. Sean Madden likes to do it. Trying to send it through. You saw Lewis there. He was looking to hit McCosh on a go play there and send him flying. Cable. Lewis will take it away from him and send it in deep, but right back to Max Cable. Through the middle, Olsen. Olsen with a chance, but he can't get the shot off. Second effort, but Chesley with the blocker gets in the way. Another shot on there from an off-angle wraparound chance. McCosh banging away at it. Chesley somehow kept it out. .50 seconds remain in the period. Mountain Ridge trying to get a little bit of momentum and maybe a goal going into the break.
And this is the stuff you don't want to see. You don't want to see Olsen and O'Hearn, especially O'Hearn, who already took that penalty earlier. You want to keep your head level, especially if you're the team in front. You don't want to give any 4-on-4 play, giving the other team a better chance for high danger opportunities.
Chase Olsen on forward for these last moments. Olsen pulling, looking, sauced on, and Chesley got another, no rebound to be had. Roth battling away. Down low, McCosh with it. McCosh battling hard below the goal line. He's by himself, thrown in front. Chesley got the paddle there, and Olsen unable to keep it in. 25 seconds remaining. Thronchuk will play it. Roth sent up. It'll go to O'Hearn. Backhanded. Hawkhurst will pick it up, but way off sides. He'll flutter it in deep. 10 seconds remain now in the period. O'Hearn trying to get it out, but can't. Havarinen sends one through. Tipped on just over top, inches away from going in. Montoya thrown in from McCosh. Can't bang it home as time expires in the first period, and here we go in the corner.
And that was McCutcheon with the Mountain Ridge skater. We'll see what comes out of this. With Hyver, and those are two big bodies and two big-time players. So for both of them, you don't want to take any players, or take any penalties, I should say. But now we have the ice cut, a positive for Mountain Ridge. But once again, Basha comes out on top in this period.
Mountain Ridge with a number of chances to close that period as they're starting to realize that their season's in the balance here, but physicality definitely ramping out from the ice at Scottsdale. But 20-minute break. We'll head down to our Mark Katowski, who's got another intermission report. Mark, what does Mountain Ridge got to do to get back into this one?
I mean, we're starting to see a lot of gritty hockey coming out of this game. Mountain Ridge needs to start getting more shots on and starting to control their offensive zone. I've seen a lot of shots coming from the grade A point, but they're not able to get them past the goaltender. I'd say, I mean, we're starting to see this game pick up very physically. Each team's not liking each other at all, but the shots have been pretty even. So I'd say Mountain Ridge just needs to buckle up and start to move and get more creative with their playing style. And that's all I got for the intermission report.
Ice cut awaits, but after that, a battle for a trip to Mullet Arena. Basha Perry leads 2-0 over the Mountain Ridge Lions. We will be back after this.
Yeah, from the dust and the heat, a new fire is born. Where sun-scorched earth meets the eye of the storm. They said ice in the desert, that's a crazy dream. But we're changing the game, building up steam. The sun beats down, but the ice is cold. We're desert-born warriors, break the mold. The Basha Bearcats are taking the lead. Brophy Preps Broncos begin the stampede. The Campo Verde Coyotes own the night underneath the arena lights. We are the ice in the heart of the sand, the fire and ice that you can't contain. From the valley of the sun to the mountain's high peak, this is Arizona hockey. Hear the crowd shriek, the crash of the boards, a deafening sound. This is our house, this is our town. The Centennial Coyotes are ready to attack. Chaparral's Firebirds, there's no turning back. The Corona Aztecs are carving up the ice. The Desert Vista Thunder is bringing the spice. A clash of the titans, a battle of might. Skating like lightning in the desert night. We are the ice in the heart of the sand, the fire and ice that you can't contain. From the valley of the sun to the mountain's high peak, this is Arizona hockey. Hear the crowd shriek, the crash of the boards, a deafening sound. This is our house, this is our town. From Flagstaff Avalanche, a flurry of white, to the Hamilton Huskies, ready for the fight. The Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions, fierce and mean. Notre Dame Saints, a heavenly scene. The Pinnacle Pioneers breaking new ground, and the Tucson Road Runners coming to your town. We are the ice in the heart of the sand, the fire and ice that you can't contain. From the valley of the sun to the mountain's high peak, this is Arizona hockey. Hear the crowd shriek, the crash of the boards, a deafening sound. This is our house, this is our town. Arizona high school hockey. The desert heat, the frozen sheet, can't be beat. From the dust and the heat, a new fire is born. Where sun-scorched earth meets the eye of the storm. They said ice in the desert, that's a crazy dream. But we're changing the game, building up steam. The sun beats down, but the ice is cold. Where desert-born warriors break the mold. The Basha Bearcats are taking the lead. Brophy Preps Broncos begin the stampede. Campo Verde Coyotes on the night underneath the arena lights. We are the ice in the heart of the sand, the fire and ice that you can't contain. From the valley of the sun to the mountain's high peak, this is Arizona hockey. Hear the crowd shriek, the crash of the boards, a deafening sound. This is our house, this is our town. The Centennial Coyotes are ready to attack. Chaparrals, Firebirds, there's no turning back. The Corona Aztecs are carving up the ice. The Desert Vista Thunder is bringing the spice. A clash of the titans, a battle of might. Skating like lightning in the desert night. We are the ice in the heart of the sand, the fire and ice that you can't contain. From the valley of the sun.
Welcome back to the ice end. Scottsdale 2-0 the score. Basha Perry leads. 15 minutes left to decide two seasons. Easton Stockford alongside me, Dylan Pescator. Down at ice level, Mark Gutowski. And what a matchup it was through the first two. Basha Perry has the upper hand, but Mountain Ridge not going away, Dylan.
They do. They're not going away. And honestly, without the great goaltending, we could have seen higher scores in this game. But Basha's found a way to get to the dirty areas a little bit easier. Mountain Ridge's blocked shots. They have to start pushing here. And once Mountain Ridge pushes, Basha can use that speed that they love to use on unmanned rushes the other way. Let's see what Mark thinks back on ice level.
Basha Perry's been doing a textbook great game tonight. The only thing I have for them is they've been entering the zone kind of fancy too many times, and they're starting to bite for it sometimes. Mountain Ridge needs to keep on the physicality. They need to wear down their opponent if they're going to win tonight. They got to get this goaltender moving. I'm going to send it back up to the boys in the booth.
Thank you, Mark. And for the viewers out there, we promise we don't have Mark in a prison cell or anything. He's just against the back wall down there. But he's doing good. Thank you, Mark.
Right by that Apex story. Mark, you might have the best seat in the house down there. 15 minutes left. Mountain Ridge looking to make their way to the finals and find some sweet, sweet revenge from last year, where they fell to the Pioneers 5-1, and couldn't be more different for Basha Perry. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I'm being told that the Basha Perry Bearcats have never been to a state championship, and they are 15 minutes away from doing just that.
Well, it's a newer team, a newer program, and they weren't on the cup that I was holding earlier, and not the cup you were holding last year.
One back by Mountain Ridge. We are underway from the final period. Varnen starts out with it. Bundy, he's run over by Foss behind the net. Now battle there, and Bundy's helmet pops off. So just 20 seconds in, we'll get a quick whistle.
For Mountain Ridge, that ice cut's got to help. They were getting a little tired there at the end of the second. Back to the team that runs all four lines. Mountain Ridge leaning on their top guys a little bit more, but they got to go. And it starts from their back end, who brings a lot of offense. The Hybrins of the world, the Olsons, the Lewises. These guys have to get the puck toward the net and then the Hormans, the McCoshes, etc., and Smith have to crash it.
And Quinn Chesley has been absolutely unbelievable through 5 periods of playoff hockey this season. Gonna have to get an ugly one to get past him. One back by Mountain Ridge. Roth sends one through traffic. Pat save Chesley. Roth up to McCutcheon. Or McCosh, excuse me. Olsen. High slot. Lets one go. Pat save again. Chesley. Tied up on the wall now. Bear in there with McCutcheon and Olsen. McCosh fishing away as well. Bear comes away with it. He finds Chesley far side. 2-on-2 chance. Chesley and Bear. Horman trailing on the back check. Chesley slips one. Looking. Finds Bear. In front. They score. What a goal. Tic-tac-toe. Jackson McCutcheon, the leading point getter in the regular season, gets his first goal of the playoffs.
Unbelievable to say something like that, Easton, in terms of first goal and the leading point scorer on this team, but that shows how deep they are. They love that horizontal play. Bear hits them perfectly on the back door. Nothing the Mountain Ridge goaltender could do. This Basha team is really impressive.
And Mountain Ridge, not the start they wanted, but Basha Perry getting one in that first minute. Absolutely instrumental to success. Down low, Olszewski. He's tied up by Lewis. Now Vert taking away. Olszewski there as well. Montoya will pick it up. Foss gonna poke it forward. Here he goes. Foss walking in, stood up by Bear. Great defensive play there by Bear to slow him down. This one will go back to Too Good. Now Lewis with it. Go big advances. Too Good will send it in deep.
And now Basha gets to run all 4 lines that they trust, and especially defensively. You just don't want to be caught up any sort of penalties. One power play for Mountain Ridge, this game could change.
And they've dumped so many pucks today in deep. Mountain Ridge has had to skate 200 feet every single time they touch the puck. Too Good. Dumps it in again. They're just going to try and get pucks behind these defenders for the rest of the night. Now McCosh doing the same. Olsen up playing forward, looking to spark a little offense. Foreman charging ahead. Olsen will end up with it. Olsen doesn't have the angle. Brings it around. Up top. Havarinen, he floated it way wide. Eklund able to keep it in. But only for a moment as this one will go back out to the neutral zone. Havarinen chipped into the bench. And the whistle to come of it.
Now Basha was up 3 goals, 3-0 against Hamilton in the quarterfinals, and they had to hold that lead. For Mountain Ridge, you want to get one soon. You want to get one before maybe that 7 or 6 minute mark. For Basha, it's about holding true, and like you said, they've been dumping pucks in, making Mountain Ridge go the whole way.
Issue all the way in. Feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot for the rest of the night.
Start to work on your synonyms, Easton. Get the dictionary out.
Foreman across the red line. He'll use his legs. To the middle. McCosh had to look at it, but a good stick by Chesley to steer it aside. Up to the point. Roth backhanded in deep. That's picked up by Jensen. Foreman gets a stick to it. Now McCosh across the blue looking to attack once more. Off-angled shot. That one will soar into the corner. Now AHSHA will pick it up. Good stick to it. Here's Phillips. Phillips walking to the front but couldn't corral it. Thrown blindly, and now McCosh can have a look the other way. Mason McCosh down the right side. At the hash marks now. Sent into the netting and out of play.
3-0 game, and you still got a kid like Vert on this Basha team applying the forecheck, turning pucks over for Phillips. There's so many good things to say about this team in green and white. every player that's on the ice has an impact.
They seem so dedicated to their system. They've been everywhere on the 200 by 85 tonight. Steerley on his backhand poke to the front, penalty coming. Havarinen on the half wall, but he coughs it up to Jensen, and now to be assessed. Jensen gonna serve 2 minutes for holding, and a golden opportunity now for the Mountain Lions.
And this is their chance, right? 3-0 down, 11 minutes to go. You got your big boys coming off the bench, and a lot of positive reinforcement from coaches, from other players coming off. You got to get one here. For Basha, it's a big, big point right now. Let's kill one off when it matters.
Power play has been perfect tonight. Or, excuse me, penalty kill has been perfect tonight. 2 for 2 for the Bearcats. One up to McCosh. They'll send it down low. Foss walking in, lets one go wide. Looked like it might have been blocked there by O'Hearn. Kicked out. Horman will send it down. Havarinen throws one on. It's in! Squeak through! Josh Havarinen! And Mountain Ridge only trails by 2. They have a little life.
That's how this Mountain Ridge team was going to get back into it. A penalty that you don't need to take. And they use their biggest strength, their man advantage power play, to get on the board. Basha let up that next goal against Hamilton last time too. Things are going to get crazy here.
Just squeak through Quinn Chesley. Maybe one he's going to want to have back, but maybe the first mistake he's made all playoffs.
2 goals allowed in 2 games. Nothing to scoff at. His team's got to pick him up.
Can only hold on for so long, and he's not going anywhere, I'd imagine. Havarinen behind his own net. Taken down, another penalty coming as Chesley top of him. Havarinen's down on the play. Slowly working to his feet. Eklund had some speed, and he is in some serious discomfort grabbing his shoulder.
This time it's going to be Chesley going to the box. This is the exact game plan for Mountain Ridge. Of course, hoping Hyverin is all right, that they need to get back into this game. And the ice cut, refill those gas tanks, and now they got the big boys out there one more time. For Basha is a big point of adversity, huge.
Varnen swirling that shoulder, but he'll be out there on the power play. Appears to be okay. Face-off won by the Bearcats. O'Hearn going to hammer this one around. Olsen racing to keep it in, and he will. Olsen walking, moving in. Still with it. Back to a look for McCosh, but just a little behind him. McCosh shielded to the wall by O'Hearn. Havarinen over to Foss. Bank down low. Havarinen again. Trying to jam it on the near post, but Cable's there to break it up. And now Cable going to be able to clear this one all the way down.
And Hybrid's going to come off. That shoulder is bothering him.
Basinski to replace him. Foss with speed. Lets one go block. Olsen stepping into it. High slot. Takes one. Still holding it. Thrown in front. Sneaks through. 1-goal game. Chase Olsen lights the layup, and ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a ball game. 2 power play goals.
Can't happen if you're Basha. You're shooting yourself in the foot, and you're giving the other team an opportunity. And Mountain Ridge is taking full advantage of it. We got a long, long way to go. 9:24 to Basha. Feels like a lifetime.
These games never cease to amaze us, Dylan. Every time there's a playoff game in this building, or in Mullen Arena for a matter of fact, it always seems to impress. Lewis snapping and had Mountain Ridge with all the momentum. Taylor thrown on, sails wide. Olszewski up to the point, but Jensen will have to go back and get it. Backhands it forward. Montoya will just send it in deep. Basinski will have to tag up. Jensen takes a stick, but he'll advance it further. Roth now can't handle it. Taylor all over him. Roth up to Bundy. Gets past him. Here's Basinski with speed. Trying to get past him. Bundy sat him down. What a defensive play. And he sticks up another. Foreman. He's leveled by Bundy, but Bundy might got the worst end of it. Third side up now. Physicality ramping up. Game ramping up. What a scene from the ice then, Scottsdale. Steerly advances it. Jensen backhands it ahead. Lewis will hammer it in deep. Offside. Steerly.
Offside. And they're going to call it intentional.
That is the rule book call there. If you try and take the puck from a player while you are offsides, it will always be intentional and always lead to a defensive zone draw.
Those two hits from Bundy were important for Basha. They can get themselves back into it mentally and a little bit of momentum. But you want to stay on the safe side. You cannot take another penalty here in the last 8 minutes pending saving a goal. Did not want to put Mountain Ridge back on that power play.
Trying to get one here. Issue from the offensive zone draw, but that'll rattle all the way around and back to the neutral zone. Olsen gonna have to wait. He pulls up at the blue line. Olsen sashaying through a couple on his backhand. Left line. Avarinen put it just wide. Eklund down to Horman. Down further to McCosh. Thrown from an off angle, trying to catch Chesley off guard, but he'll handle it rather easily.
And for Mountain Ridge, it's throwing everything toward the net because Chesley's had a few of those problems from that short side. I'll say this, though, O'Hearn's got to be careful for Basha. There's a little bit of talking there with Olsen after the play. Those two met up at the end of the second period, too, and they're still talking. Neither team needs to go to the box right now.
Can't afford a stupid penalty at this time in the game. Foreman on the draw. One back by Bear. Cable going to hammer it down, and Cable gave a shot there to Horman, but behind the referees. Couldn't see it.
Mountain Ridge is pushing here, and this is a big point for Basha. Look, they had the 3-goal lead, but you're tested now. This is not regular season. You're going to blow teams out of the water. This is where you're really going to show your true colors of a team. Are you ready for a championship? Can you hold on to this lead?
Olsen trying to level the score. Thrown on over top. Talked about how Basha needs to learn a lesson from that tough second period they overcame against Hamilton on Sunday. This is their test here. Chesley moving in, has a trailer, spin move to the blue paint, but Franchuk able to cover.
I like that from Chesley. Get the puck in the offensive zone, get your team a change. Basha's got to get back to forechecking. Get the puck deep, use your big guys. Horizontal passing, getting the puck to the blue crease. Nice play from Chesley, excuse me.
Coach Burden said this team is at their best when they're on the front foot. Can't afford to get too defensive, only up 1 goal. Sounds a little backwards, doesn't it, Dylan?
A little bit.
Hurt on the backhand, didn't get all of it. Boss. Now to Bundy, over to Issue. Sent in, that's gloved easily by Franchuk. And a whistle to hold on, and Coach Burden was saying that this team needs to stay on their front foot, and oftentimes the best games that they play in are games where it's a sprint to see who can score the most goals. This has certainly not been one of those games. It's been a chess match between these two teams. Issue thrown on, tip, Franchuk has it between the legs. She wasn't sure where it was, but got it between the wickets.
She was looking behind her, acting as if it might have gone in. This is more of Basha's game. Take it whistle by whistle. Get the puck in the offensive end. You know that push from Hamilton's coming. It's just a matter of delaying it.
Orman on the draw. He's out there with McCosh. And I think Olsen's still on forward as well. McCutcheon blocked by Horman. McCutcheon still whipping on the half wall. Here's Horman. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Sent to McCosh. He batted it down but couldn't hold on to it. Now here's Cable the other way. Has McCutcheon with him. Cable moving in. Hops off his stick. Now Bear through the middle. Right to the tape of Braden Horman. Horman moving in. Around one to the outside. Trying to backhand one on, but that goes off the end boards. McCosh in the corner, battling away with Bear. Now Chesley emerges with it. Chesley with speed. He's on the attack. Has McCutcheon in the middle, trying to find him. Good defensive stick out top to Bear. Floated through the middle. Horman got to stick to it. Glove down Chesley. Horman now trying to counter 3-on-2. Trying to slide one to McCosh. He had Olsen far side. Not sure if he saw him. Bear through. Intercepted Olsen. Olsen walking in front. It's there. Havarian stepping down. Olsen takes it away from him. Now here's Basha Perry the other way. McCutcheon one-on-one with Eklund. Havarian trailing. He'll get back, and they're able to slow him down. Montoya now goes far side to Havarian. Thrown on. That's off the leg of Jensen. Second effort. Speaks through. Five minutes flat remaining, and we are all square. Josh Havarian with his second of the night.
Every puck to the net is a good one, especially in the playoffs. Mountain Ridge has not done anything flashy here. A timeout for the Bearcats. That's a good call from Coach Burden. But this is a real point of adversity for the Bearcats. Chesley gets some support from his brother and the rest of the team, but the team has to pick the goaltender up. When the goaltender's having a bad day or a bad stretch, just like right now, the rest of the team has to pick up.
What a response from Mountain Ridge. We'll go down to Mark Katowski. Mark, 5 minutes left. What a game we got going here.
I mean, what a game we got going so far. 3-3. That third goal for Mountain Ridge is huge. They got all the momentum going into this last 5 minutes. And if you're Basha Perry, you got to bear down on your defense. And if you're Mountain Ridge, you got to keep going, keep getting the shots off. I mean, man, what a game we've got here. If you would have told me at the beginning of this game after those 2 goals for Basha, that'd be tied 3-3. I would not believe you. I'll send it back up to you guys.
Down 3, all the way back to level. And nonetheless, without 2 of their top players trying to make their way back to Mold Arena and back to the state championship. 5 minutes left. 3-3 tie. Season on the line. Sent in to Basha Perry's bench. Whistle to come of it. Just 10 seconds off the clock. 24 shots for the Mountain Lions and 16 for the Bearcats. As Mountain Ridge has been surging as of late. Out, Boss lets one go and now get deflected out of play. In the event that this does go to overtime, it will be 5-on-5 for 5 minutes before a shootout.
That's right. It's a little different in the quarters and the semis than it gets in the championship where it's sudden death all the way through.
Wasinski thrown in front. Good stick by Bundy. Eklund keeps it in. Thrown through. Glove by Chesley.
That could be a big save there for Chesley. For goaltenders who are struggling, maybe not having their best stretch, it's getting the puck into the glove and controlling the rubber. For Basha, it's trying to find a way to get back to their game. They have the depth, but they got to use it. Someone's got to step up. For me, I think it's got to be McCutcheon and Chesley.
McCutcheon, 37 points in the regular season in 19 games, named to the All-State first team. He has been their guy all year long. Lewis sent near side, almost bounced in front, but cleared out of harm's way. Horman beneath for McCosh. McCosh thrown in front. Horman got a swipe off the side of the net. It almost looked like it went in for a moment. Puck in the high slot, just sitting there. Good hustle by Bear to get it, and now he's on the attack. Bear still with it down the left side. He'll chip it to himself. High slot, McCutcheon looking for Chesley. Had the open shot, wanted one more. Here comes McCosh. Wide in front, trying to find Olsen. Good stick by Cable. Varinen has 2 tonight. He's able to keep that one in.
I don't think he's come off the ice in the past 10 minutes either.
Him and Jonathan Lewis going to see a lot of minutes in this last 3:30. Here's McCutcheon to the blue paint. Backhand. Big save, Bronchok. She hasn't seen a ton of action in these last few minutes. Boondy up top through traffic off the ends. O'Hearn cycles it down. Lewis and McCutcheon battle for it. Varinen comes in support. Deflected on the half wall. Vert with it now. Well, eked out, and Boondy will pick it up.
Great job by O'Hearn there, holding the blue line, getting the puck in deep again.
3 minutes remaining in regulation. Offsides as Foss got a little ahead of it. And in crunch time now, and this is where your big dogs need to step up.
Can talk all about depth, but it's the best players got to be your best players in the biggest moments. The only question is, who is that best player for Basha? All of them are so good.
Basha looking to get to the state championship for the first time. Mountain Ridge looking to go in back-to-back years. All the way down for icing. It'll go right back to where it came from moments ago.
Mountain Ridge did not have an easy road to the championship last year, Ethan. It was actually one of the more crazy semifinal games we've ever seen when they faced off with Desert Vista, and they went to overtime. They had the lead with a minute to go, and Desert Vista tied it with Kyle Ensley, and then they went to a shootout. So Mountain Ridge has overtime experience in these playoffs.
Phillips down the right side, chip below. Varinen up the wall. Jensen can't glove it. Rolling puck just gets there for icing.
We have not seen the Bearcat team that we're used to since their third goal, since McCutcheon's backdoor play. It's been a whole different team. But they're sending the big boys back out there.
Offensive zone draw for Bear, McCutcheon, and Chesley, Cable, and O'Hearn at the point. McCutcheon off the draw. Tries to send it through. Horman blocks it. Cable will just dump it in deep. Sealed to the wall by McCutcheon. Horman gives him a bump. Back for Havarinen. And it does feel like he's been out there for almost this whole period. McCutcheon, transition game. Sent through a big block by Havarinen. What a game he is having, but he felt that one. Here's McCosh. McCosh has Olsen to the front. Stop Chesley, rebounds there. Another one by Chesley. 2 huge stops.
In the biggest of moments, Quinn Chesley makes the biggest of stops as Basha got caught and numbers the other way with the biggest of players for the Mountain Lions. Easton, I wish we had that skate tracking that they have in the NHL. I don't think I've seen the bench in the last 5 minutes or so. I don't know how he's doing it.
On average, a professional hockey player skates about a marathon per game. Josh Harvin might have skated 2 of them tonight. Chesley bringing it wide, heel slam on the brakes. Cycled down for McCutcheon. Thrown to the front. Bear can't hold on to it. Olsen Seals him to the boards. Up top, Chesley, big block. What an Eden from Braden Orman laid out. Here's McCosh the other way. 1-on-3 for McCosh. He'll float it through off the top of the net. Don't even think that one caught the crossbar. I don't think McCosh could do that again if he tried to.
No.
Last 60 seconds in regulation. 3-3 game. Absolute cinema at the Ice Den Scottsdale. Sent down for icing. Offensive zone draw for Mountain Ridge. And do you think, Babin, there's a time for a timeout here? Josh Horvan's asking for it.
I think he needs one. If anyone needs a timeout, he does. Get him some water, get him some oxygen. This game's not for the faint of heart, I'll say that. Mark, what have you seen from your standpoint? A few pucks almost went past the line there against Chesley. What have you seen?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's getting insane down here. A lot of shots on Chesley recently. He's given up a few rebounds, but he's been quick to get and bear down on those rebounds. I mean, if you're Mountain Ridge, you're calling this timeout to kind of reset your players, get a face-off going, get it out of your zone, or actually keep it in the offensive zone so you can try and score a goal and not have overtime. I mean, Mountain Ridge, like you were saying earlier, does have overtime experience, but with Basha Perry, they got big players like Bundy, and they can play defensively throughout. I'm going to send it back up to you guys.
Mark, what did you see on that shot earlier? Did that hit the post, the crossbar? Did you see that one?
It was crazy. It hit both. It hit the top of the crossbar, and then also twindled the twine a little bit, but I don't know how that one happened. That was insane.
We've seen a lot of pop flies now, and somehow the hockey rink thinks we're in the baseball field, maybe.
It's been that spring training season out here in the valley as well. Waste management here too, maybe a bit of a 7-iron from Mason McCosh.
Yeah, I think so. I want to go back to the playoff experience. I know this was 3-4 years ago. Max Cable saw it. A few other players on that team saw it. Coach Aaron Burden saw it. The last time Basha was in this spot, they went to overtime. They went to overtime against Notre Dame. Mountain Ridge, we talked about their OT experience last year in the playoffs. But we got to get there first.
52 seconds left. Big Dogs out there, and it better believe this is going to be a set play from Mountain Ridge. Olsen at the point, walks around one, still with it, into the high slot. Here comes Olsen, trying to center one in front for the good defensive play by Bear. McCutcheon with the high chip out of the goal all the way. Horman has Chesley hot on his heels.
Beautiful chip play, not enough for icing. That's exactly what they needed.
30 remaining. Here's Horman with speed through the neutral zone. Horman walking in on the back end, right behind, McCosh in front. What a stop by Quinn Chesley.
Mark that one down if Basha can come out with this one. Talk about a bounce back for Chesley. Maybe a period that he doesn't want to remember, but he's going to want to remember that one if Basha can find a way.
And what a job on the timing of that timeout from Coach Aaron Burden to give his netminder a moment to reset and take a deep breath. Foreman on the draw, same setup as last time for Mountain Ridge. Sent off the wall by O'Hearn. Olsen will play it. Shift around one. Here's Chase Olsen with speed. Olsen down the outside. Caught in front. Josh lead. Action. 4-3 lead. Mountain Ridge on top. .7 seconds left. Ice Den erupts. Mountain Ridge are moments away from going back to the mullet.
I haven't seen nothing like this before. In one period, 4 goals. Wow.
Basha Perry, empty net, no timeout. They don't have a 6th skater out though. Issues is gonna go. Watch Braden Horman here. He's likely just gonna fall on this puck. and try and kill as much time as possible. He tries to win it forward. Cable, last-ditch effort, on goal, save Franchuk, rebounds there, Olsen has it, covered Franchuk. There's going to be one play left in the game. Cross-check him, and Ishu came in on top. And Ishu might have cost his team there. We'll see if they get him. But there's still a second left.
That was uncalled for. That was much after the whistle, just frustration. Yeah, and they're going to call on sportsmanlike there. That was uncalled for.
Ishu likely going to get a cross check. Varinen and Cable drawing back and forth now. Varinen's all the way back to the offensive zone. That's where the draw's going to be. Varinen's just going to... Looks like he might head off the ice. But he deserves a rest.
And he can get one in 0.7 seconds. I don't know what the discussion here is. Maybe the level of penalty for issue. But other than that, they're going to go face off on the Basha defensive end. And this one's going to be a wrap.
What a comeback in the most unthinkable ways. Goes down 3-0, 1 minute in to the final period. 4 straight goals for Mountain Ridge, 3 of them coming from a defenseman, Joshua Havarinen. What a night he had. He had a big block shot down the stretch too. Absolutely the MVP of this game. I don't think there's a question.
Not a question. In 10 minutes and 46 seconds, which was when he scored his first goal, Mountain Ridge has scored 4. And a lot of things have to happen for the Mountain Lions to come back to happen, for this to happen. But Easton, it goes back to those penalties that Basha took back-to-back to let them back into this game. You can't let a defending, championship appearing team like the Mountain Lions give them any sort of juice, and they did. And the Mountain Lions did what they do best.
What a win for the Mountain Lions. And Mountain Ridge is heading back to the mullet. Their shot at a state title. Back-to-back years for the team in black and red. And they'll have their big dogs back as Camden Babin and Brandon Phelps are on a flight back to Phoenix as we speak.
Probably watching us right now, Easton. What a heck of a game. And you just feel gutted for these Bearcat players, coaches, and it's been heartbreaking for the seniors for this team. Max Cable and others who are playing their last game in high school hockey. But wow, entertaining to say the least. But you give a lot of credit to both programs. Congrats to Mountain Ridge. A great season from Coach Burden and his Bearcats. Just not enough. Mountain Ridge, 0.7 or 8.7 seconds better.
And you have to commend what Basha Perry brought against Hamilton on Sunday and what they brought tonight. They had an unbelievable run. Well, let's send it down. Mark Gutowski, what do you got? What are your final thoughts on this game? What a comeback for the Mountain Lions.
I mean, I'm at a complete loss of words tonight. This game was insane. We've seen it all. We've seen fights. We saw, all kinds of things, big hits, big plays. But at the end of the day, Mountain Ridge pulled off that goal with 8 seconds left. And hats off to them. They get a second goal at it, and maybe they'll even win it this time. In a few hours, we'll even see who they play between Flagstaff or Notre Dame Prep. But, I mean, Basha Perry, they have nothing short of a great season, and it's tough to see it end this way. And my feelings go for their seniors, but I can't wait to see what Mountain Ridge has in their books in Mullet on Saturday.
Standing ovation for Mountain Ridge as they exit the ice. That does it for this one. Mountain Ridge punches their ticket to Mullet Arena on Saturday, 4-3, the final score. But do not go anywhere. Get your popcorn. Go to the bathroom. Do whatever you need to do. We will be right back here. Same channel, different league. Flagstaff. Notre Dame winner plays these Mountain Lions in the semifinals. We will see you guys in a bit.